In my last video, I showed you everything you needed to know to get a loud and clean mix. Since then, there's been a bit of a development. A producer by the name of Ozone put me onto a free plugin I hadn't seen before. And he found out about this plugin from the GOAT himself, Skrillex. Now, this plugin's been around for years in the EDM community, but I have never seen anyone in the hip hop space using it. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you the plugins that took my mixes from this to this. I'm going to be showing you how to use it, when to use it, and when not to use it. So lock in with me. Let's get it. Alright, so before we use the plugin, let's cook up a beat to use it on real quick. Let's go up to like 153. Let's hold shift, duplicate this down, make this unique, then unreverse it. Let's consolidate this out. Let's grab one of these live string layers. Let's try chopping these strings up. Let's go into Loop Legends Labyrinth multi-kit. So we're going to start off without the plugin, and we're just going to use my previous master chain. Try to put some kickstart on the hi-hats. Let's get rid of these. Let's make these notes go up. some vocals here. Push these down 4 so they're in A sharp. Let's make these pan kind of crazy. Half. Right, let's automate the kickstart on the hi-hats for more rhythm. So the VST that we're going to be throwing on the master is named OTT. This is used on the master chain by legends like Skrillex and Deadmau5. Now, what is OTT? OTT is a multi-band compressor.
The OTT is doing this compression, downwards and upwards compression.
Right.
For one, it allows quieter stuff to be heard a little bit more, right? So louder stuff and quieter stuff become kind of closer together in volume. So it allows that quieter stuff not to get so lost. And the other thing it's doing is it's catching stray peaks and that sort of thing, so you get an overall louder mix out. So your mix isn't going to sound too wimpy. But the OTT does have sort of a tone quality to it.
Now, of course, you can get away with just using a soft clipper on your master. Your beats will still sound good, but just listen to this and tell me which one sounds better. Now, you can achieve similar results with the stock FL Studio multi-band compressor, but OTT is more straightforward, sounds better, and just works well straight out the box. Let's compare real quick. But it also brings out details that you wouldn't normally hear. Let's take this perk loop for example. So if you want to, instead of using it on your master, you can just put it on specific sounds that you want to be more present in the mix. Alright, now let's do a quick deep dive on the settings. So this first setting, we've got our depth. This controls the overall intensity of the effect. Now we've got the time. This controls the attack and release speed of the compressor. I'm just going to crank up the depth so that you can hear what it's doing. Now I've got the input gain. This is just the level of the incoming sound before it gets compressed. And output gain, adjust the level of the signal after compression. Now we've got upward compression. This boosts the quieter parts of the sound. And downward compresses the louder parts, reducing the peaks. Now we've got these frequency bands. Each band has upward and downward compression, and you can tweak the amount of compression on each band. H is high, M is mid, L is lows. Now personally, what's been working for me is just leaving it at the default settings and increasing the depth between 10 and 30%. Since we've got OTT on the master, let's tame that low end a bit, but we're able to boost it a bit more without it sounding crazy and distorted. There may be some situations where you don't want to use OTT. For example, if you're trying to make those purposefully distorted beats, that kind of prod filthy, Playboy Carti type shit. Let's take this beat. Now, when the 808s hit here, let's listen to it with OTT on and off. Now, I want that distortion in the beat. It just sounds hard and grimy. The mix is more balanced, but it loses that grit. So if we want, we can try dropping the depth a little to recover some of that. or we can just turn it off entirely, so keep that in mind. Now, I'm not saying chuck this on every single beat you make. It's not a must to use it, but this is just another tool that you can use to hopefully improve some of the mixes on your beats. If you missed my last video covering all the steps you need to make loud and clean beats, you should probably check out this video next.